You've probably seen the Meltdown already this weekend about the potential of Manchester United and Spurs qualifying for the Champions League despite finishing in the bottom half of the table this season. And every man and his dog has had something to say about it. Every man and his dog, including Arsène Wenger, who honestly I thought was better than this, has had to come out of the woodwork to call this a disgrace and ask for rule changes. Rules that have been in place for like a decade, by the way. Because the Champions League is losing its prestige because you're allowing teams that finish in the bottom half of the table to qualify for it. Oh, dear God. Now, let's have it right. The Champions League has not been the Champions League since about 1997, when they let runners-up in, and then third, and then fourth. And there's even like mad coefficient spreadsheet reasons why fifth place can end up in the Champions League. It stopped being the best of the best, when it started becoming a revenue farm for teams that can finish 25 and 30 points behind first place. If you're calling it an elite competition where the likes of Arsenal have been getting in by finishing fourth for a decade, where's the glory in that? You didn't win the league. You've not even challenged for the league, but somehow you can pat yourself on the back because you are elite, right? Just because you coasted through a domestic season and came slightly ahead of Chelsea and Aston Villa, you're now elite. Bore off, honestly. The myth that finishing fourth, or actually even fifth, because of this extra spot now, is somehow more deserving of winning an actual European trophy, try that, is fucking ridiculous. Arsenal spent an actual decade finishing fourth and going out at the round of 16 and then getting praised for their consistent attendance in there. Spurs finished fourth under Redknapp. Carried on like they won the fucking treble. Newcastle finished fourth and made a DVD out of it. But United potentially win an actual European trophy, not scraping in through the back door, lift a trophy that's way more deserving of Champions League than finishing slightly above fucking Nottingham Forest in the table, innit? Now, the last 10 years of the Europa League, the winners have finished in a variety of places. Sevilla finished fifth, usually. But they've also finished seventh and 12th. And when they do, everyone cheers. Oh, they know how to do the Europa League, don't they? Boom. Yeah, they do. And he gets them into the Champions League. Villarreal finished seventh. What an underdog story. Frankfurt finished 11th. What a great representation of German football they are. And all of them qualified for the Champions League by winning a trophy. That was the deal. That was the rules. And it was celebrated. But now it's a problem because it's Manchester United. Think about this. Fourth and sometimes even fifth place. Teams that don't even get close to second, let alone first. No silverware. No defining moment. Just above average in the league. You're in the Champions League. You go an entire season without beating anybody in the top four. Not winning a single knockout tie. Not have a single moment. But some of you are more deserving than a team that's gone across Europe, knocking out, playing twice a week, over two legs, being consistent and undefeated across an entire season in must-win knockout games. That's more deserving of a team doing that. Give your fucking head a shake. Winning trophies is what football is all about. Football's built on something. You win stuff, you get rewarded, right? But modern football money-making has absolutely flipped it on its head. Now qualifying means more than winning. You're coming fourth means more than lifting silverware. I tell you what, no one ever goes, oh, that fucking night we finished fourth, outside of Arsenal fans, right? No. Manchester United winning finals, lifting fucking trophies. Those memories are way more about what this fucking sport is about than above average finishes in a fucking league. I've always said I think the FA Cup should get a Champions League spot because it does. Us winning the FA Cup last season put us in the Europa League. We didn't even end up in the Europa League on position last year. We were that bad. But here we are. Boom. We win a trophy last year. We're going to win a trophy this year, I think. Right? Winning. Yeah? That we beat Manchester City in the final. Try that. Yeah, not a lot of teams are doing that at the moment. And potentially, okay, beating Spurs is probably a slightly easier prospect for us. But if we go and do it, you can't tell me that you aren't deserving of it. It's the United clause, isn't it? No one's outraged about the rules. No one's outraged about the integrity of the Champions League, which is laughably titled that. It's about Manchester United, because when we win things, even in our banter era, when we're battered and we're bruised and we're down, it scares people because you know what comes next. Trophies. United qualify for the Champions League despite finishing 15th or 16th or 17th or wherever the hell we end up this season. People shit it because what does it mean? It means momentum. You didn't cry when Villarreal got in. You didn't cry when Frankfurt got in. But now United might, oh, the rule book needs changing. This is a fucking disgrace. Wenger is on TV calling for emergency reform. Prick, you finished 4th every season and had the audacity to play the Champions League music. Give it a fucking rest, right? Alyson Rudd's out here writing articles in the Times like it's a fucking constitutional crisis. It's the same rules everyone played by. It's the same rules you all benefit from a decade. It's only an issue when United do it. Arsenal could win nothing, finish 5th. Going to the Champions League. United win the Europa on the back of winning the FA Cup and finish 6th. And you're telling me that 5th place team with 0 silverware is more deserving of a team that's lifted a couple of trophies? This is a hypothetical, by the way. It didn't obviously happen this year. What world does that make sense? Trophies are what football is about. Winning is what this shit is about. Silverware over spreadsheets. Always has been, always should be. But at least it should be. I don't actually know if that's the case anymore in modern football. Champions League isn't for champions. It hasn't been for 25 fucking years. 4th place is not elite, lads. It's passable domestic performance. Winning a trophy, any trophy, is worth more than coasting through 38 games. Especially if you go out in the first round of all the cup competitions and have it fucking double mega easy. You get to the end in Europa League. You've had to fucking graft, lads. If United win the Europa League, we are going to the Champions League. And you can keep fucking crying because it is not going to change. If that ruins your week, good. I'm here for it. Because you wasn't crying when it was Seville. And you weren't crying when it was Frankfurt. And you weren't tweeting manifestos or having call-ins and talk shows when it was Villarreal. You're only doing it because it's United, and we are fucking massive. Up the fucking Reds. Like, subscribe, win trophies, go fuck yourself. Sin a bizzle. Bye-bye. Love you much.